Good morning. My name is Jay Ashborne, and it looks like we are playing against Chaos today. Got ourselves quite the high-ranked opponent this morning. This guy is top 50 for sure. Probably in the top 15, top 10. That's a really high score. It'll be very interesting to see what he is running. Our hand, not looking too hot. We got the double dead draw with the miraculous feats. Those are going to be hanging around for a while. It's okay. Looks like we pick up a Rhino, something a little bit more proactive. Alright, let's see where we go from here. The Novitite on 1, though. This says so much about how good this card is. I want you to watch and just... This thing got buffed into the sky. This card is absurd now. It used to be just solid, just good. This card's great. It is very strong. Looks like we're playing Seraphim here. Going to clear this unit out. And pray to pop out another one. Leaving that unit on 1 HP. Very annoying. Something most people would absolutely hate dealing with. All these lingering 1 HP units hanging around. I had a lucky good pull yesterday. I was missing a legend I wanted to play. I was missing Rite of Restoration, but out of nowhere, it's really weird too, because out of the I would say 120 packs I've opened, the first 3 legends I opened from packs came at like 26 packs in was the first one, the second one was like 27, and the third one I got all the way to 30, didn't even get the legend, got a pity legend instead. And ended up ripping one on the 7th pack I opened into the sequence. So it was a very welcome surprise, and especially considering it was a legend I did not have and wanted to play. So I think we are finally at the place where I want to be with this deck. I think I have all the cards I want to run for this deck finally. So small changes, just adding the Rite of Restoration and whatnot. Yes, this 1 drop, which came down on turn 1, it has been lingering here all game long. It is just a consistent problem that he is having a hard time removing. Yeah, very unhappy with his Helldrake roll, apparently. He says no, don't do that. Ouch. Very unhappy, I guess. That is just part of the game, you know. I went up and down quite a bit yesterday. I went up to 1k from 900, and then I went back down to about like 920, and then I climbed all the way back to 150 again. And then I got pushed down to like 980, and then last night as I was sleeping, I climbed up, or getting ready to sleep, I climbed up to 1100. I was just like, ugh, sometimes ladder is not, it's not very forgiving. If you're not a grinder, you will not like going up and down. Got some Dark Angels here.
He would not allow this.
Pretty mid hand. Definitely got the heavies in our hand. We got our 10, got our 9. Not something we're exceptionally pleased about. This hand is definitely slow.
Caliban's rage echoes through me.
See if we can't excuse me, it is morning. Let's see if we can't push this out of the way.
I will prove my worth and serve him with
Let's
my
see what
life.
he decides to do. clearing out that was probably for the better. I don't think we definitely shouldn't let that stick. Card is really strong. Another rather strong card. Oh, I will have to be waking up. These yawns are killing me.
I have vanquished worse.
I'm gonna pump up the Celestian here. The icon, the avatar he has, the Minas Storm Priest. I am not a fan of that card. I see it quite often, so apparently people might believe that it is high, or better than I ranked it. I said this card would probably not see play. But I am still not a fan of it. When you play this card, this 3-drop, it comes into play and does nothing the turn you play it. It sits there with 4 health, and it gets cleared, in my opinion. Dark Angels don't have a problem clearing it. Ultramarines won't have a problem clearing it. Lots of flankers with 4 ranged that can pick this off. Just seems weak to me. Just generally not a fan of it. It is, I don't know. I don't like cards that come into play and do nothing. I like cards that have immediate effects on the field. And it does not feel extremely strong to me. Some people like it, I guess. That is a part of the thing. Then again, I've also noticed that a lot of the Erica lists I've been running into are closer to like a true mid-range variant that I've been seeing. And my list is a lot more on the heavy end, closer to a heavier mid-game, late-game kind of control-ish variant, I would think. So, I guess it, whatever floats your fancy, whatever you are remotely interested in. If you're more of a control player, I guess that might be a thing. Or if you're, you know, liking things a little bit lower to the ground, I guess you could roll on that end as well. Again, the little sister here just lingering. Finally finds the clear. Card's been, that 1-drop's been in play for like 3 turns and he's been unable to remove it. It's such a frustrating card to play against. Draw a creature here. Out comes the Rhino. Prayer buff up to 5. Pump out a sister. Yeah, we had clunky draws yesterday. Quite heavy.
Duty alone will wash away our shame.
Yikes. Good clear. Pops his agenda. Four, 3, and then 2. Clear with the sister here. Pumping that up a little bit. Kind of a, I don't know, I guess it's a open situation. For the entirety of the game before here, we kind of felt like he was always responding to our plays and whatnot, but as of now, with only the 1 troop on board, he probably has a lot of room to actually take some board control here. Alright. Let's get a heavy back end. But we happen to hit that 7 faith requirement. Oof. So this just gets pinned down. Out comes the Dominion Superior. This is the troop I ended up cutting for the Rite of Restoration. We are no longer running these at all. So while I do believe this troop is buffed, I don't know if it quite fits our curve or if we're going to be seeing it any more frequently. There may just be better cards in the slot, or we may have to play a little bit lower to the ground. Because the meta is very aggressive right now. Out comes another chunky boy. Jesus. Yep. See how we decide to deal with this situation. Alright. 2 damage off the Warlord talent. Alright. 4 from the Dominion Superior. Taking the trade here. 1 damage here. And a prayer. Okay. Making sure that we slowly increase our faith. This troop is stunned up, so it is not going anywhere. I mean, theoretically. I guess he could put this troop back in his hand or on top of his library, his deck. Ooh, dang. Another big boy. And this is kind of the problem. We had a discussion about Dark Angels yesterday in chat. A lot of people were saying that Dark Angels have an extremely good late game, and I do agree. Their late game is very good, specifically with Asmodai, very strong. However, I feel a lot of their units just get pinned down like this, where they are just nickel and dimed back into submission, or locked down with Erica Warlord talent. Unless you play the secret that like refills energy and have those really explosive turns where you have, you know, the 15, 20 energy plays, those are where the late game really shines. If you are just playing one unit at a time like this, or one troop at a time, you will definitely struggle versus any 7+ faith Erica. Your troops get pinned down, they get nickel and dimed for 2 turns, and eventually traded off with, while the opposing player just builds faith and draws cards. He's going to pop some shields here, get rid of that. Out comes this legend again.
It is death you crave, I shall gift it to you.
Alright. And an intercessor.
For the lion and the emperor!
Popping his agenda trigger again. Alright, we do draw the DI. This is going to be a gnarly clear. I think I'm going to stall for 1 more turn. We use the Amalia to pick off the repulsor. Gonna stun this troop again. The Player Crusader. Out comes Celestian.
I have seen worse. I have vanquished worse.
So he can pick this up and replay it if he wants, or just buying a little bit of time. I guess I'm trying to get an additional prayer off. I could have DI'd right there to begin with. We're just digging an extra card deeper because I know I can keep this on lockdown for a turn or 2. We're just wanting to see our late game threats. We've got the Cath in hand, we've got the Exorcist. I know he can as we're seeing, currently only clear one of these troops. He is going to pick up this again. Redeploy it for a lower cost, probably. Probably. Yes, okay. I was gonna say, if he doesn't, I'm gonna be real curious on what he actually does. Alright, and take another troop clear. Yep. Want him to extend some other cards into play. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play anything else threatening if I just bought another turn with the Preacher Crusader. But looks like I am probably going to take the clear here. Alright. Draw egg. Relics.
He would not allow this.
Exorcist brings 5 down. Alright. So that is at 4. We could do an Amalia Preacher trade-off, or we could use the Sister. Yeah, I was like, the Sister can also put on 3. We're gonna get rid of the Amalia. Keep the Preacher around as it can give us some late-game card draw. No more agenda for you, or are we gonna draw a card? We're gonna pin him, or are we gonna... Yeah, okay. No more agenda. That stuff's gotta stop. Deal with this giant threat that I've put in play. Even applying pressure with the Preacher. Really do not want him going anywhere. 13 energy. Full grip of cards. How does he respond? Nice teleport trigger. That was stacked well. Alright. 3 damage to enemies. That does not get rid of this 10 ranged unit in play, though. Alright. So here's 10. Puts him to 8. I guess I'm taking a moment here to reflect and count. So we decide to DI, get the immediate clear. And this will put him to 5. Erica puts him to 3. Warlord talent range. Solve the problem or lose, my friend. You are on a 1-turn notice. Miraculous Feat does a really good job at buying a lot of time like this also. You can Miraculous Feat, attack with your Warlord, use your Warlord talent,
Target priority
and repeat that process once or twice for 2 turns, and then do a turn where you push out a lot of damage again. Another pretty big win there. But yeah, sitting here 1 game away, maybe 2 games away from 1K. This is before I fell yesterday. I'm gonna push into another one. But yeah, Miraculous Feat can buy a lot of time, and you can, if they don't play Vanguard units, you can end up clearing from like 15 or 12 life sometimes. Buy some time. Asmodai, so not Belial this time around. A little bit scarier sometimes in the late game. A little bit more randomness also, I feel. I think Belial, you can kind of calculate their energy turns and what they're looking for if they've popped agenda and what might be coming the next turn, because you kind of know what the DA curve looks like. Pretty low to the ground hand. I'm pretty okay with this.
You are defiling sacred ground and will now face his judgment.
You got the prayer, so honestly, this is a pretty solid hand.
Judgment of the Emperor.
Rather high-ranked legend player. So when you picked your username, how did you do it? Because I see this train that could 7,773. I wonder if there were 7,772 other trains that could before he did. Like, I know that all of those usernames were not taken. Why the digits on the end? I mean, it's not your birth year, to my knowledge. I don't think you were born in the future. I'm just really confused. I kind of think... what was the example I always give? So I played Diablo 2 Hardcore Ladder for a long time, and I always kind of discussed it as this. Because in Diablo, a lot of the old school usernames for your characters, people would buy, sell, and trade names. I believe the username, like, God went for, like, $5,000 at one point. It was absurd. Like, Jesus, Yoda, all these popular characters would go for extreme amounts of money. And people were like, why would you ever pay for a username? I mean, so, this is the way I look at it. So, in a game about going around and slaying evil, would you rather be named something cool, like Judgment, if you're a paladin, or Torment, or something like that? Or would you rather be, like, the random username generator and Flower Sausage 36 has defeated the evils of the world? I don't know. Numbers just kind of... They make names tacky, in my opinion. Not really a fan of numbers at the end of emails, usernames, anything. I feel like, especially if you are, you know, creating content or something like that, you should really excel to find something that, like, really personifies you. Or, I mean, I guess I'm no better, I just use my name, right? So I wasn't really creative in that fashion, but it is me, so you should really strive to find something that is you or represents you. Well, I guess my name is the best representation of me, so maybe it's good. I don't know, that's a debate for later. Got some pressure coming down. He does opt to clear. I hear my cats bouncing around on the table in the kitchen. Got the Retributor gonna come out, dish some damage. Fun fact, something I did not know. Retributor will not deal damage to remnants. I found that out yesterday. I got myself into a bad board position because I thought the Retributor trigger would clear the remnant, but apparently not. So, it will do damage to troops, but if it's not considered a troop, but it's still on the board, it will not clear it. Interesting. Awkward. Glad I encountered that, so I learned something yesterday. We're sitting at 2 faith. We would like to get to 3. Out comes another flank troop. These, DA feels like it has a lot of these. Especially the 6E cost card that puts out a flanker for every unit in play. My gosh, there's a lot of flankers. Praying again, putting out a Rose Sister. We are really trying to get to that 3 faith break point. We want these Sacred Rose troops to come out with flank. Without it, it's just... they're just not as good. Yet another troop that deals damage when it comes into play. More or less effectively. Alright, he does take this and deal some damage there. See how we decide to play with this situation. The dog enters my room, all 50 pounds of it. Clacks against the wood floors. Dominion Superior to break the shield on this. Going to clear with that. Okay. Rhino takes a little bit of damage. Throw in the Astrid over here. Shuffling with my hand, looking around. The Amalia we're probably saving for a late game threat. Alright.
falter under my watch.
Gonna trigger a secret here. Yep, that's what I thought. Keeping us off that 3 faith breakpoint. Got a pretty good proc there. It's a 1 in 3. I would have preferred that troop didn't get cleared. That was kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. He does clear that. Okay. Does not matter. We have another one. Just kind of annoying. Get the proc on that Sacred Rose Sister. It's okay. Out comes another Rhino. Out comes Celestian. Gonna make a bigger threat board. See if he can deal with this. Get another sister now. Alright, buddy. Let's see you get another proc like that again. I think you're skillful with your 33% chance, sir. That's just me being frustrated. That's part of the game. You can't be upset. Oh, here we go again. Alright. Gains 1. Trades here. Heals a little bit. Oh, what do you know? He rolled it again. Okay then. Wow. Man, the nerve of this guy. Doesn't matter. Out comes our Sacred Rose. We're going to make these sisters push a little bit. Trade with this one. I think. Therefore I am. Using the Amalia. This is a tempo play I made. And we did that so we could put a shield on this sister instead. This is a tempo play. I am providing more board presence than I did. I didn't have to do that. I could have also cleared with Warlord talent if I decided, but this also puts a body in play as well, so more board presence. Ooh.
My quest for vengeance is eternal.
That could be a problem. Yeah. The Redemptor Dreadnought. This could be an issue. Oh, double ping, same target. 1 in 4 twice. So it was a 25% chance, or no, it was a 20% chance initially, and then he succeeded his 20% chance and hit his 20% chance again. So he lost a 1 in 5 twice. Talk about luck. The nerve of this guy. He's gotten really good procs all game. Man, where's my luck like that? I play 3 games, get matched up against players that are lower ranked than me and win. 10 points, 10 points, 10 points. And then I play 1 and I lose and I get minus 40. Where's my luck? Come on, EC, give me a break. Oh, it did take me a minute to climb back up from my falls yesterday. So I was not thrilled. I was very frustrated last night. I was like, this is a process. Definitely a process. And I sat there and I was like, ugh. Just annoying. Not that I don't care to play this game. I mean, I do enjoy it. But sometimes excuse me. Still morning. Sometimes the ladder climb can be a tad arduous. It can be annoying. Sometimes. Just especially when you want to hit that point where it's like, this is where I'm stopping, this is when I get to go to bed, this is when I'm done playing for the night, and then you just get forced down. You get paired at like 1150, you're like an 1100 player, you get paired down to a fresh legend player or somebody at 0 points, and they draw like a god, and you draw your 10 drop and your 9 drop and like a 5 or something, and you're like, oh god, he curved out perfectly, and RNG was not on my side. And you know that, like, you did nothing wrong. It's not like a player skill difference. You didn't do anything wrong that, you know, said, here's my play mistake, this is why I lost. You just drew poorly. So it's just part of the game. Nothing you could have done. He drew like a god, you drew bad. And it's like, oh, there's my 40.
Pretty mid.
I am
Pretty
the
mid.
light to your darkness.
We are just applying pressure here. Yep. He could proc a couple times and maybe get some good rolls, but not looking good. He's at a low life total, and this is a struggle situation. Out comes another Redemptor Dreadnought.
My
Oh
quest for
no.
vengeance is eternal.
I can't remember if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Alright, takes the trade. Please don't proc like 3 secrets now. Okay, 1. Two triggers here. 1 and 2. So that again. 1 and 5. Not that it was bad. I'm just saying for him to hit that singular target twice looks like a 1 and 6 twice in a row. This guy rolls like a god. Go play the lottery, my friend. I'm not complaining about those rolls. Those were not the targets he could have hit that would have been bad for us, but you know, they are the same target, so I guess it's depending on how you look at it. Another unlikely event that did happen. Alright, triggering agenda here. 2 procs. These times they get split up. Okay. Flank troop comes. Takes out this troop. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17 talent. Minus 3. We have 14 exactly. The Vanguard unit? I think you are dead, my friend. I lost the reconnection! Oh no! See me freak out for a second because I know where this game's going. Okay. Probably recatching my breath. Thought I lost the game at such a bad point here. Gonna do some math in my head. Yep, I do see the window. The writing is on the wall. Train that could. I am sorry, my friend. This time you could not. That is all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Did pretty good today. Say hello to the Dark Angels. We ran into them a few times. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to be looking at more of the same. Currently at 1100, so that's what we're going to start off tomorrow. And see you guys then. Enjoy.